Hey there, tech fans. Rick here again from the OREI team with an overview of the WHD-66M-K wireless HDMI extension kit. This product was designed to make it incredibly easy for you to share all of your HDMI media content from one location with a second remote location up to 65 feet away over a simple wireless connection. The product fully supports high-definition media content and is both HDMI 1.4 as well as HDCP 1.4 compliant, which means it's essentially plug-and-play compatible with all of your modern media gear. It even includes integrated HDMI cables on the transmitter and receiver to make connecting to your equipment incredibly easy. Now, as part of this overview, I'd like to start with a quick unboxing just to show you all the components that are included with the kit, and then I'll take a closer look at the transmitter and the receiver, and I'll explain the connections and indicators so you understand how to use them. I'll list the features and functions the product provides, and then I'll come back and do a short demonstration to show you just how simple this product will be to use with your own equipment. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you first open up the box, you'll find a transmitter module and a receiver module. You'll find two power cables. This is a USB-A to micro USB cable. Now you can plug the USB-A end into any standard wall charger, or if you have an open USB-A port on your monitor or your media equipment, you can plug it in there. The other end is a micro USB connection which plugs directly into the module, and these provide all the power you'll need for operation for both the transmitter and the receiver. You'll also find a full instruction manual included that lists connection diagrams, specifications, and a lot of other really good information about the product that you'll need to understand in order to use it correctly. Now, if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at both modules, I'll list the features and functions, and then I'll come back and do that demonstration. The kit includes both a transmitter module and a receiver module. The transmitter plugs into the media device that you'd like to share the content from with your remote location, and the receiver plugs into a monitor at that remote location that you'd like to use to enjoy that content. Both of these feature high-impact plastic cases which make them lightweight and incredibly durable. Let's start with the transmitter first. On either side of the cabinet, as well as along the bottom, you'll find ventilation holes that are designed to let any heat that develops during operation escape and keep the electronics inside at a very comfortable temperature. On the top surface, starting on the left, you'll find a Wi-Fi indicator. When you power up the module, it tries to establish a connection with the remote receiver, and once that connection's been established, the Wi-Fi indicator will come on, letting you know you're ready to transfer content. To the right of that is a power indicator. When you add power to the module, it starts an internal power on self-test where it checks the electronics. Once it passes that test, it'll light that LED letting you know it's ready to use. And on the end of the module is a status indicator. Once you've connected over Wi-Fi and you start transferring content to the remote location, this LED will come on. So under normal operation, all three of these should be on. You'll also find a button on the top surface, and that has three different functions. If you tap it once, you can change the channel that the two modules communicate over. If you hold it down for 5 seconds, you can start a binding operation between the two modules. And if you hold it down for 10 seconds, you'll do a factory reset on the module. On the one end, you'll find a flexible heavy-duty cable with an HDMI connection on the end. This makes it really easy to connect this up to your media device. And then finally, along the one side, you'll find a micro USB port that's labeled upgrade and DC 5 volts. You can use this port with the included cable. You'll plug the micro USB end of the cable into this port. You'll plug the USB-A end of the cable into any standard wall charger or an open port on your media device, and that'll provide all the power you'll need for operation. You can also use that included cable to upgrade the firmware on the module by simply connecting it to your computer, moving the firmware file to the module to complete that upgrade. The receiver is very similar. Again, ventilation on both sides and the bottom. On the top, Wi-Fi indicator, power indicator, status indicator. The button has the same three functions. Flexible cable on the end with an HDMI connection on it. You can plug this into your monitor really easily. And finally, along the side, you've got another micro USB port, and that's used again for power and for upgrading the microcode if needed later on. And that's pretty much it for the set. The OREI WHD-66M-K is compatible with a wide range of modern HDMI media devices, including media players like Apple TV, computer systems, streaming devices, game consoles, and digital projectors. The product's features include full support of high-definition media content. It provides an integrated HDMI cable on both modules. It is both HDMI 1.4 as well as HDCP 1.4 compliant. It offers 65 feet of extension between the primary and secondary location and offers a compact plug-and-play design. Now I'll show you the connections you'll need to make to use this product with your own equipment. And for this demonstration, over here I've set up a small media player that's currently looping a video on this monitor, and that's the media content I'd like to share with my second location. Over here, I've set up another monitor, and this represents the remote location where I'd like to enjoy that content. These can be up to 65 feet apart. In front of me, I have the transmitter module here and the receiver module here. Now the first connection I'll make to the transmitter module is the power supply. I've already plugged that in. The other end of the cable has a micro USB connection on it, which plugs directly into the side of the module. Now once I've added power, I can plug this into my media device directly with the HDMI cable attached. And to do that, I'll disconnect it from the monitor, and I'll plug this HDMI into the HDMI output port on the media player. And now we're ready to connect the receiver up at the remote location. I've plugged the second power supply in there, and I'll plug this into the micro USB connection on the side. And then I can add this to the monitor by again plugging the HDMI cable directly into the HDMI input port. Now the minute I have power to both of those modules, they immediately start an internal power on self-test. The transmitter is also checking the resolution of my media device, and the receiver is checking the resolution of the monitor. Now they're going to connect over that Wi-Fi network, and once they do, they'll handshake and negotiate the best possible resolution for the display in that remote location. And that takes a couple of minutes. Now that 65-foot extension really provides a lot of flexibility on where you locate that remote monitor. And there you go. So what you're viewing here is content from the primary side that's been converted into a signal that can be sent over that Wi-Fi connection to the remote location and then converted back into a signal that can be displayed on a monitor. And it really is just that easy to get it working. I hope you found this overview of the OREI WHD-66M-K wireless HDMI extension kit helpful. This product provides an incredibly easy way for you to share all of your HDMI media content from one location with a second remote location up to 65 feet away over a wireless connection. The product fully supports high-definition media content and is both HDMI 1.4 as well as HDCP 1.4 compliant, which means you can use it with pretty much anything you own today. Also, both of the modules include this integrated HDMI cable, which makes it incredibly easy to connect to your gear. Everything you need to get started is included with the kit, and with a few simple connections, you can be up and running in no time. So until next time, thanks again for watching.